guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do 9 new color combinations, and I'd like to call these comprehensive combinations. When you put these pencils together, they form an effect. The last color combination video I did, combinations that bring light to a page. Today we're going to continue that, but what we're going to do is create metal. I've done a lot of metal videos. I've never done these combinations. I've gotten out my comprehensive sheet from the blending system. And the first one we're going to start with is a metallic red. And I'm going to work from the outsides in. So my strokes are going to begin going in this direction. And I'm just putting down a light layer. And then I'm going to go from the opposite side. Okay, then I'm going to use a permanent red. But I'm not going to take it all the way there. It's going to be like the next line. Okay. Then I'm going to do another layer of the crimson. And then I'm going to do a very light layer of black on the edge. Very light. I'm not adding to make it look black. I'm trying to darken up the red. Then I'm going to take my white and I'm going to blend up the middle. Okay, just like that. And now it's just a matter of putting more layers on until you get your color saturation. If you can see, there's a texture in here. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna do on it is right in the center, I'm gonna add some white. I'm using my Winsor & Newton, and that's just to brighten it up. So that was the simple one. That was just a 4-color lay down. Now we're gonna do the orange. I'm gonna do this one a little bit going towards the side, just to keep it looking interesting. So I'm going to put my paper on a diagonal and I'm going to do the same thing. So instead of going this way, I'm kind of feathering it upward. And the first color I'm using, I'm sorry, is pumpkin orange. Okay, now I'm switching to my orange pencil. Now I'm going to use some lemon yellow and some black. And that's just to darken up the edges. Okay, now it's a matter of now that I got my shape and I made it a little bit wider at the bottom, I'm going to just brighten up the colors, doing more layers of the same. This one I'm going to start with some yellowed ochre. I'm changing up the shape of my highlight. So on this one I'm going to make it a little large at the bottom. And the next color I'm going to use is Canary Yellow. And I'm going to use some white and I'm going to blend that up. And on the outside, I'm going to use a tiny bit of dark umber instead of black. And I'm going to blend that up. Now you got to remember, yellow doesn't tone. So you have to get that really blended in there to change the color. And then I'm going to add a tiny drop over here of the yellowed orange. And the last thing I'm going to do is add in some white. And I'm going to let that dry. For my metallic green, I'm going to start with grass green. And again, I'm changing the shape of the highlight just to give this a little bit of visual interest. Okay, then I'm going to use some peacock green. Then I'm going to use some black. And I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the top, so I did it on the top at this side with the black and the bottom of this side, like that. And then I'm going to add some lime peel. And then I'm going to go over it with a second coat. The next one I'm going to do is metallic blue. I want to just do the highlight going in this direction instead of that direction. So I'm starting out with some indigo blue. This is an easy one. Then I'm going to turn to Aquamarine. I was going to use light aqua, but I couldn't find it. This is light aqua. I'm going to blend the center with some white. I'm going to add my black. What I haven't used in a long time, denim blue. I almost forgot I had that color. I should dig it up because it would look really good in here. I think I will. I knew I haven't used it in a really long time. It's a brand new pencil. I haven't even used it from my last set. I think I'm going to use that as an in-between color. Yeah. I gotta use this color more often. This combination is Dahlia Purple, Black, Violet Blue, Imperial Violet, and White. And I'm gonna start with my darkest color, and that's the Violet Blue. It's not black, but I'm gonna have my highlight go this way because it'll look really good. So when I get to the Dahlia Purple, it looks great next to white. Another really good combination is Dahlia Purple and Raspberry. That's another one of my favorites. Okay, so I got my first layer. Now I'm going to move to the Imperial Violet, which is a similar color. It's just a little bit redder, and that'll make way for the Dahlia. Soon you'll see this is going to be one of my favorite ones on the page. Okay. I'm saving the magic for last. I'm going to add a little bit of black, just enough to tone it. I really should be using a Prismacolor black so that it blends better than this one. Actually, Prismacolor does metal better than some of the harder wax. Now watch it come to life. I always have just one Dahlia Purple pencil, no matter how many Prismacolor pencils I have, and I have a lot. I normally have a lot of trouble finding my Dahlia. And it never stays like the denim blue. I don't know why that denim blue pencil was brand new in the box. How did I skip completely over using that? Like, what is wrong with me? On second layer, when I start to go a little harder, this is going to get very bright. Now I'm going to add the white. Look what white does to Dahlia. It just completely changes it. It's almost like using my Inktense. Like you use it and the colors are dark and dull, and then you add water and you're like, whoa. How did that happen? Okay, I'm going to start second pass, and I'm going to go a little bit heavier. I'm going to put you on hyperlapse and go a little bit heavier. The next one I'm going to do is the browns, but this one comes out more like tiger's eye than it does metal. But I like the way it looks, and it looks really good when you're doing bricks on a building. It also has a lot of colors. We're going to start out with a dark umber. Okay, just like that. Not much, just to darken the edge. And then I'm going to go on to a dark brown. Then I'm going to move on to light umber, and then a cream. And the cream is more like a blender. I'm not really giving it much of its own spot. I'm sorry, not cream. I meant eggshell. And I'm going to give it a little bit of sienna brown. And I still haven't worked into that highlight area yet. These colors are practically going on top of each other. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to do another layer. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my eggshell. And I'm going to blend it up with eggshell. And I'm going to go to my sienna. And I'm going to just give it a light layer of sienna, just to give it back its brown richness. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my white, and I'm gonna let that all smear into the middle. Now you could put more white in the middle, but I kind of like it the way it is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And that's your brown. The next one I'm going to do is a cool gray silver, and I'm going to start it out with some slate gray. And if you notice that it's a little bit larger for the first layer where I'm putting the gray, slate gray. I'm going to take 50% cool and then a 10%. And with the 10%, I'm doing a lot of blending. Okay, then I'm going to take black, and I'm going to blend the black up with the slate. Now, if you want to make this look like brushed nickel, or you can put some slate going in between, just like that. Then I'm going to do white in the middle. And this one definitely needs some high white. The last one I'm going to do is a rose gold. And I'm starting out with a dark brown. And it's... Okay, then I'm going to move on to a rosy beige. And I'm going to blend it into the dark brown. And I want to get this edge really blended. Then I'm moving on to a blush pink. And then a deco pink. Then I'm going to skip a space, and I'm going to do deco pink again. Then a blush pink. My rosy beige. And then dark brown. Now I'm going to blend it all up with the color that was next to it, making sure it's very blended, no hard lines. And I'm going to get some white in there. Then I'm going to take some Scarlet Lake, and I'm going to put a light coat of Scarlet Lake to pink things up. And I'm just blending it in with the color that it's on top of. And I'm going to play a little bit with the shadowing. I'm using my dark brown. So here are your metallic color palettes, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.